Alright guys, now today I'll be talking about what movies I'll be expecting to watch this year. Now, last year was actually terrible because you know that I couldn't go to the movie theaters and it was really hard for me to find movies to watch online when I don't have any homework or I'm done with the exams. But anyways guys, let's get into this video right now. So first of all, what I was gonna say is that some of the movies will be released in 2022, which was this year. So what I was gonna expect from this year is that this movie Turning Red is gonna come out in theaters. Now what I was gonna say is that I watched the trailer for Turning Red and the trailer was actually funny. It was cool and I just hope that there will be a free website so I can watch this movie. Unfortunately for that, I still couldn't go to the movie theater due to the cases being high. So as you may know, 2021 definitely was a terrible year because you know that we want to hang out, we want to have less restrictions, we just want to have no restrictions, no restrictions. So everything can go back to normal the way it is, and friends from the Philippines can come and visit Malaysia. We don't know what is really going to happen right now, but definitely just wait for it, okay? Back to it. But anyways, what I was gonna say is that since Turning Red is gonna come out, it's actually another Disney Pixar movie. So eventually, that is not only the Disney Pixar movie is going to be released this year. Another movie which was going to release is Lightyear, which includes the fictional character Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. So eventually, what I was going to say is that Buzz Lightyear will only be featured in this movie, but eventually what I was going to say is that it's definitely a spin-off to the Toy Story film series, and definitely what I was going to say is that for 3 years they haven't been doing a Toy Story movie because I know the last film which featured Betty White before she died last year was Toy Story 4, where she voiced Bitey. I think Bitey White, if I'm not mistaken. So eventually this was actually the movie Lightyear, which was actually going to come out in 2022. But it's not only that. Now what I was going to say is that Hotel Transylvania will actually come in theaters, well, except China for some reason, which I'm not gonna show the picture. So actually be released on January 14th, 2022. So eventually what I was gonna say is that this production actually took place during the COVID-19 situation, so it'll be a fourth movie for development. So what I was gonna say is that originally it planned to be released on October 1st, 2021, which was last year, but it was canceled, and it will only have a theatrical release on January 14th, 2022. Now, what I was gonna say is that it's not only the only film, but there was actually one film which was gonna release, such as Wakanda Forever, and also the Minions, The Rise of Gru. Now, apparently what I was going to say is the Minions, The Rise of Gru, also known as Minions 2, is actually another film which is actually distributed by Illumination Studios. It's a prequel and a spin-off of the Minions in 2015. So eventually actually includes one of the Malaysian actresses, Michelle Yeoh, who's actually going to be this movie and voice Master Chow. So eventually this was actually the set after the 2015 film, which was a 12-year-old Gru. So eventually this does not include the girls such as Agnes, Edith, and Margot, including Gru's wife Lucy, because it was not in the film yet. It was actually only featured in the Despicable Me films, but it's currently unknown if Despicable Me 5 or 4 is going to be here. So eventually what I was going to say is that it was originally going to be scheduled for scheduled in 2020 sooner, but then in 2021. But then I was gonna say is that in 2022 it was gonna be released actually. So eventually, what I was gonna say is that this was following the temporary closure of Elimination McGruff, and apparently there was also another movie, which was Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, which is a screenplay by J.K. Rowling. And apparently, what I was gonna say is that these films were actually going to be set in the United Kingdom, and it was pushed back to July 15th, but it was being set eventually on April 8th. So actually, in the United Kingdom, it released very early, but in the United States, it released later than that. So eventually, we don't have to worry about it. So hopefully by 4 months, then if the cases go down to 1,000, or there will be no more cases, then I guess you should watch the movie. Now there was another movie right here, which was Pinocchio. And apparently what I was gonna say is that this movie, Pinocchio, is not from the Disney movie Pinocchio. So this one was actually from the Jim Henson Company, Pact, Shadow Machine, and Netflix animation. So this was actually included by Netflix, actually, apparently. Now, for that being said, right there's actually one movie which was apparently going to be released this year, but it's not going to be released worldwide. So as you may know about this movie, what I was going to say is that this movie was actually going to be called Nahuel and the Magic Book, or Nahuel y el Libro Magico. So apparently the film was supposed to be set on June 15th, 2020, but this was only in the Agency Film Festival in France. It wasn't in Southeast Asia because I know not many people do watch Spanish movies, and I know in the Philippines many people do watch like a lot of Filipino movies, but not all the time, because mostly many people in the Philippines do prefer American stuff. They apparently do that a lot, like similar in Malaysia, but not that much, because people do prefer to watch shows which are American at times. I think Americanized, sometimes Spanish, So eventually, in Chile, it was gonna be released on January 20th, 2022 for Nahuel and the Magic Book. But unfortunately, guys, we don't know when this movie be released worldwide. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. So, eventually for that, Nahuel and the Magic Book is not only the first non-speaking English movie to be released. There was also another movie which was going to be released in 2022. So eventually what I was going to say is that yes, I will find that one, but I'm not really that sure that movie was going to be in another language or not. Because Nahuel and the Magic Book is definitely not the only movie which was going to be the first animated movie which is not going to be in English, So eventually what I was going to say is that another South Korean film, which was actually that one was The Policeman's Lineup. It's actually a South Korean drama. It's a crime drama. And as you may know about this, my friend Nokai apparently does like Korean drama. So apparently what I was gonna say is that she's definitely obsessed with Korean drama, but I'm not too sure about that one, because I haven't been communicating with her for a long time, and basically I was busy with other things. So eventually what I was gonna say is that definitely Nahuel and the Magic Book was not only the one being the first English, the non-speaking non-English film, non-American film. It was actually a Chilean movie. It was outside America, or outside Asia as well. So this one's actually inside Asia. So apparently what I was gonna say is that this one was actually another movie which was not which doesn't have like English actresses or American actors. So apparently, what I was gonna say is that same as Nahuel and the Magic Book. What I was gonna say is that these actors and actresses were from Chile, and the other one, which was a Korean drama, are from Korea. So eventually, what I was gonna say is that that one was actually produced by Carboros and produced by the Chilean Punkerbot Studios and Brazilian Lempide Films. So this movie was actually from South America. So what I was gonna expect is that yes, this movie is not only the only film that can be a non-English film. So eventually, what I was gonna say is that I'm gonna really continue. If it does have to stop, then I'm not too sure when I'm gonna really stop. So eventually, what I was gonna say is that there's also another American film, which was the Ice Age Adventures of Wild Buck, which was also a movie, and it was going to be on Disney Plus. So eventually, there was also another movie right here, which is Doctor Strange and the Universe of Madness right here, which is produced by Marvel Studios. Sneakerella, not Cinderella to be confused actually. This is actually going to be on Disney Plus, Disney platform, and Disney Channel. And also the Bob's Burgers movie, which is by 20th Century Studios and 20th Century Animation. And that movie was going to be released after my birthday, after I turned 19, because, that movie was going to be released. And I never noticed Bob's Burgers do have a sequel. And actually, Mabel's actress Kristen Shaw was actually going to be in this movie. So apparently, what I was going to say is that, yeah, there are lots of movies that are going to premiere, but I'm not too sure if it's going to be in cinemas, Now, eventually, Turning Red was apparently going to be in theaters right here. So apparently I was right. And so there's actually another movie called Batman, The Batman, which was made by Warner Bros. Pictures, DC Films, and Six and Idaho. So eventually, there was also another movie, which was The Minions, The Rise of Gru, Thor: Love of Thunder, and if I'm not mistaken, there was actually Puss in Boots: The Last Wish as well. So, apparently there was also another film that my friend likes, which is called Spiderman Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 as well. There's also another Untitled Bee Gees biotopic. So eventually, the Bee Gees biotopic, we don't know what it is, but I know who are the Bee Gees. They consisted of 4 brothers, but I do believe that one brother, Andy Gibb, wasn't in the band. So the brothers that I can mention to you guys is Maurice, Robin, and Barry. So Maurice and Robin both died back in 2003 and 2012, leaving Barry the only survivor of the Gibb family, So apparently there's also one more movie, which was also in Marvel Studios and Disney, which was Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Strange World, also Avatar 2, and then there was a entitled Mario film. Now, as I mentioned about this Mario film will actually be premiered in December of this year, It's going to be by Universal Pictures, Illumination, and Nintendo. So eventually what I was going to say is that yes, the Mario movie will be released, but it's currently unknown who are the actors because this one's an untitled Mario film. So eventually it was set to release in the United States on December 21st, 2022. Just 4 days before Christmas. And just only around like 10 more days until 2023. But 2023, we're not too sure which movies are going to be there. But definitely, guys, I can't wait for all these movies. And I can't wait for The Hell in the Magic Book to be released. If that movie is not released in our country yet, say for instance, if it's Malaysia and the Philippines, if this movie hasn't been released yet worldwide, example, Malaysia and the Philippines. Where the hell fanboys actually are staying is the Philippines. So we're not too sure when this movie is apparently going to be released in this country or even my country where I'm actually staying. So apparently, guys, there's not much information when the hell in the magic book was going to be released, because you see right here, this was only going to be released in Chile, but it doesn't say worldwide, so we don't know the ending. And I'm not really going to give any more spoilers, guys, because one time I did give out some spoilers about the movie and it's actually my fault. Apparently, guys, this was not included in the YouTube video because I didn't want to show it to you. I didn't want to get into trouble, this year. So eventually, guys, that's all I really need to say for now. And I just hope in 2022 will be a great year so everyone can go back to watch movies, or, to go see some movies in Malaysia if they really have time, And I just hope that my friends' movie, such as The Hell in the Magic Book, or any other Disney movies which he likes, such as Marvel or Star Wars, anything like that will be released. So is The Hell in the Magic Book, which I got really interested, and the other movies as well, which I apparently got interested, and I've been like a fan of Disney and Pixar ever since I was just a little kid, So eventually, guys, that's all I really need to say for now, and this is me, Wheeling the Tomboy Gamer, signing off.